Hello everyone and welcome back in to North of 7 Cards. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, North 7 Cards, and on eBay, North-Up-the number 7. Hey, we got for you the 2025 Topps Heritage High Number Hobby. This is case break number 12 here on February the 5th. Let us know in the chat who are we looking for in this one. Let's get our 12 boxes out here. Bring back the 1976 design. Let's get into it here, people. Good luck, everyone. Our 12 boxes. Box number 1. Good luck, everyone. And let's hear it. Who do we want to see here? Big move, and I gotta say, a bit of a surprising one in my mind coming from the Tigers, getting Framber Valdez, paying him, was it $38.5 million a year? That's a big deal for a guy that was left on the market that long for a reason. Like, he had his whole, you know, what they called the cross-up with the catcher, which it wasn't. He was out there to embarrass the catcher and nailed him with a pitch. Have to kind of go on this like campaign saying like, no, I'm a good teammate. The Tigers, I mean, so a lot of layers to that. Getting Valdez, another lefty, pair him with Skubal, incredible. Give him the highest AAV for a left-handed pitcher. Kind of feels like a slap in the face to your superstar. And if he's not the best pitcher in baseball, he's the second best pitcher in baseball that you're going to arbitration with. Over, I can't even remember, like 9 million, which is obviously a good chunk of change, but I think if you want to win a World Series, wouldn't you pay your best player? That's tough, but as long as they can keep Skubal happy, they made themselves better. Go box at number 1. Good luck, everyone. Rojas, Kurtz, Fisher, Ugo, Frazier, Fulford, Moniak, there is Wilson. 45 of 76, going there to the Wilson spot. And part of that three-headed race. Nail Central, at least in my view. Scott Nootbaar. There's the Clubhouse Collection, a relic, Kyle Tucker, 33 of 99. Therefore, Tucker. Now Dodger, man, that's what a, well, I don't want to say a sad world we live in because of that, but what a wild world we live in. Cuero, well, they go out and they pay Kyle Tucker, give him the money. And then Hank Aaron, Orrs, Marlon Thomas, Trout. There's another black chrome 38 of 76, Christian Campbell. there to 76. Sanchez, Koss, Verdugo, Muncy, Wood, Gashioka, Elko, Vasil, Robert Hassel the third, Greavy, Suarez, box at number 2. I do think that Guardians, Royals, Tigers is going to be an interesting battle. You can kind of see all the positives and the flaws of all three. Royals definitely bounce back here. I definitely see that on the horizon. Carlson, Warner, Wilson, Birdie, Louder, Wagaman, Merrill Kelly, Abel, Freeman, is Evan Sisk, 8 of 50, going there to the Sisk spot. Rushing is the auto for Aaron Schunk. Schunk on the auto. Shaw, Arnick, Judge, Young, got the nickname variation there for Xander Bogaerts. Got Bogey. There is Casey Mize. Paper number to 50. I don't think we had any black whatsoever in the first one. We already got 2 chromes and a base. Strata, Kepler, Durbin, Aaron, Lau, Taylor, Giolito, Javier Baez, Castro, Kazi, Simpson, Vivas, Hassel, Betts, box at number 3. AL East definitely just set out to be a bloodbath. I gotta say, out of the teams, obviously the Blue Jays made the World Series last year. They trounced the Yankees, who beat the Red Sox. Boston is kind of the team I like out of those 3. If that rotation holds up, that's to me kind of their fatal flaw last year. If Roman Anthony doesn't go through some kind of sophomore slump, to me they're a pretty scary team with Crochet, Ranger Suarez, Sonny Gray leading that, and then Whitlock, and assuming Chapman can hold up to some standard of last year. All 3 of those, and then I didn't even mention Baltimore, who you get Pete Alonso, I'd imagine they're going to be worse, although I feel like they still didn't solve the pitching issue. I think they actually made it worse. They traded Grayson Rodriguez away. So like they're gonna, I think they're just gonna try to hit their way out of any issue they might run into. And the Rays are always the Rays. Like Junior Caminero was somehow going to be like a top 5 MVP candidate or something like that. Duran, Spanson, Skara, Shaw, Baldwin, Beatty, Tanner Scott, Job, and the blue for Leody Taveras, 32 of 150. Taveras. Jansen. Ooh, redemption there. The real one auto going to the Jacob Wilson spot. Sweet hit there. Redemption auto for Jacob Wilson. redemption. Top rookies last year. Let's throw it up there. Congrats at Wilson spot. Redemption auto. Pivetta. Burns. Bench. Baldwin. 76. Alejandro Osuna. 54 of 76. Henry. Looks image variation there for Logan Evans. Evans, image variation. Sweet one there with the trident. Bar. Bolton rushing 35 of 200. Love to see that. I think we've hit a. I want to say we've hit a Wilson Redding. We've hit a Kurtz Redding before. I feel like we hit a Wilson too. Sears. Corbin, Eris. Nice to see a guy like Jacob Wilson. Again, a couple guys, you don't want to see them hit the sophomore slump. Anyway. Pat Smith. Morton. Lucas. Wagaman. Henry. Evans. Sardo. Box number 4. Love to see that comment. Krim, Owens, Ornelas, Suarez, Ray, Hendricks, Agnos, new 106 of 150, Sam Huff. Up there to 150. Chase Lee. And the Jonah Heim auto. There on the red ink, 25 of 76. Red ink auto for Heim. Third auto in 4 boxes in total. Bregman. Kim. Organ. Pham. McKinstry. Is the image variation there for Carson Kelly. Kelly image variation. 2 IVs and 4 boxes. Gonna start here. That's there to the Kelly spot. Skeens. 139 of 200. Cal Quantrill. Quantrill to 200. Young. Dreyer, Bergert. Bogarts. Shane Smith. Orrs. Thomas. Grisham. Darno. Simon. Sutton. Fulford. Gibson. Dobbins. Nellis. Bench. Number 5. Well, I kind of feel like I'm just rolling through the divisions in my mind. AL West. Again, that's kind of like three almost 4-headed monster. I don't know if I believe in the Rangers. I want to. I kind of like the Nimmo for Semyon. Just swap a bats, different bat in the lineup. Obviously like the Mackenzie Gore move. I don't know if I can just something there's missing in my mind. The Astros are the Astros. They bring in Imai. They are still gonna be good. Jordan, I guess bounce back you call it. And again, like I like the A's. It might be like 1 year away to being like actually contending for a playoff spot. And then Seattle, of course. They're in Game 7 of the ALCS, and bringing in Brandon Donovan, swapping him out for Polanco, probably going to be a beneficial move. The pitching is still nasty. Hopefully getting a healthy full season out of Brian Wu. Gilbert and Kirby and Castillo. It is deep. I think there's someone I'm forgetting. Oh, Bryce Miller. Bryce Miller spun it in the playoffs. 54 Angels. Still have Mike Trout, still in the midst of a rebuild. Box 5. Flores. Harrington. 80. Anderson. Ors. Gorski. Williams. Kyle Stowers. 25 of 50. Going there to the Stower spot. Hanley. Clubhouse collection on relic. Luis Arias. Arias on the relic. Now the Giants second baseman. Kind of feels like that's the only spot he can really fit into. Bybee. Rolison. Cruz. Verdugo. Kurtz. There is Robert Hassel the third. Basic black to 50 for Hassel. Dean. Ashioka. Rojas. Rushing. Quintana. Tone. Taylor. Scherzer. Mejia. Lucas. Hassel. Suna Manzardo. Fisher. Halfway box here, number 6. Next on mine, NL East. Obviously, the Mets have just made the biggest moves. That's for sure in that division. Like bringing Peralta, bringing Bichette, Luis Robert, Semien. It's a lot. I mean, you have to question if it's gonna work. Bichette didn't really have the arm to play shortstop. Now you're moving him further. Jorge Polanco too, I think underrated ad. I mean, you still have Soto, you still have Lindor. It took like a monumental collapse last year. I can't imagine that happens again. I think the Braves are going to do better. Them and the Royals definitely due for bounce backs. The Phillies are just still running it back. I'm curious what Zach Wheeler we're going to see as he comes back. But like you throw Adolis Garcia in that lineup, it's like not to disparage Nick Castellanos, but it is an upgrade. And like they looked at Bichette, but otherwise you still have Stott, you still have Trey Turner, still have Bryce Harper, bring back Real Muto. got Duran in the back of that bullpen. Alvarado back at full capacity. I don't know, it's hard to look at the Mets and not just say it is the team to beat, and at the same time it's the Mets. And if you trust them, you usually get scorned. And like the Marlins are fun. I just think that's a tough division to kind of jump over all of those teams. And then the Nats they're rebuilding. You don't trade Mackenzie Gore if you think you can compete. Bobby, Darwin, box number 6, Smith Darno, Cameron, Simon, Pham, blue there for Zach Veen, 8 of 150. Going that to the Veen spot. Bregman. Ooh, how about Robin Yount? 18 of 76. Yeah, bicentennial Relegado. Going there to the Yount spot. This one, I don't think I've seen that one once before. So there, Relegado. Let me buy a Centennial, Campbell, Daniels, Carew, Leva, Workman. There's black paper there for Michael Bush. There, 250. Is Conley Jansen, the image variation. There to the Jansen spot. Third image variation here, the case. Sung Kim 1 at 51 of 200. Nice title there, Kim. Abel, Tidwell, Boyd, Lindor, Sisk, Mason Miller, Joe, Evan Smith, Naylor, Bader, Agustin Ramirez, May Andujar, Yanier Diaz, this is first time seeing that Relicado. Yeah, Yount. second half of the case. Box number 7. Asso. Mayer, Hayes. Grisham. Etta. Turner. Fraley. Taylor Ward. Kurtz. And here's Jonathan Aranda. On it, the black chrome at 28 of 76 for Aranda. Tawa. Clubhouse Collection relic for Zach Neto. Neto on the relic. Team Perez. Baldwin. Rhea. Yastrzemski. Wood. Miller. Kenley Jansen on the blue. 57 of 150. Putting that into the Jansen spot. Santana. Kelly. 87 of 200. Robert Hassel III. In the bicentennial. Hassel III. Enright. Ganning Scott. Junior. Hollander. Hill. Patrick. Oliva. Johan Rojas. Mydrath. Sam Huff. Rice. Rona Laureano. Hicks. Freeman. Durbin. Judge. Pajes, White, Sheets, Sears, Efros, Maley, Beck, Rivas, Cunha Jr., Scott Efros there on the green, 96 of 99 for Efros. Pavetta. And the rookie auto for Jake Mangum. Mangum on the auto. Rushing. That's on Kim. Johnny Bench. Gusto. Verdugo. Image. Is the image variation for Shane Bieber. Bieber image variation. For the Blue Jays' third starter. Pretty great rotation they built there. Shaw. 106 of 200 by Centennial Adam Frazier. Martin Perez. Lockridge. Duran. Reggie Jackson. Mason Fluharty. Robert Hassel III. Gordon. Santander. Short print. Hayes. J. Smith Shaver. Tatis Jr. Michael Dale Hicks. Baez, Bush. Christian Campbell, Hank Aaron. 4 boxes of 2 go in this one. Two divisions left that I haven't mentioned. NL Central. It's three teams you could border on the Pirates. The Cardinals are just full rebuild. So they're to me they're not in that picture. The Pirates is like Skeens and Chandler. Yes, the pitching looks really good. I don't love their lineup. I think Brendan Lau's a good addition, but I don't think it's really enough to pass any of, Cincinnati, add Suarez, the Cubs, add Bregman, the Brewers, who you always want to doubt them. You always want to count them out of it, but like the last couple of years, they traded Corbin Burns, they traded Freddie Peralta, they traded Devin Williams. They've gotten rid of so many good arms, but they kind of have those guys waiting in the wings. Like Jacob Mizorowski was coming out of the bullpen in playoff games. How was that? Maybe strategic, maybe? Sure, but like now he'll presumably have a full-time spot in that rotation. I like the Bregman pickup. I think it is a good one. Pitching, I'll still have some questions about them, and then the Reds is just like they made the playoffs last year. Are they going to keep this going? Kind of my question with them is, can Ellie elevate? What impact? I mean, Suarez realistically could be hitting like 40 bombs. That's not out of the question. And I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not being on the wrong side of the Brewers. Counting them out. Diaz, 9 here, Harrington, Devers, Fermin, Yo, Fulford, Yule, Torino 4, Gunnar Hoglund, 17 of 99. Ogland, Svanson, Clubhouse Collection, Relic for the now Texas Ranger, Mackenzie Gore. Gore on the Relic. Clark, Shaw, Senga, Tani, Duhar, Newtbar, Horton, Dollander, 83 of 200 at Carlos Narvaez. Narvaez to 200. Wiles. Lord Mason Jr. Brock. Senga, Kelly, Willie Castro, Sugano, Vlad Jr., Scott, Efros, Murphy, McIver, Aaron, alright, put those here, box number 10. Box number 10. Naylor. Orton, Elko. Yastrzemski, Harper. Scallan. Gibson. Baldwin. Williams. Blue 28 of 150. Agustin Ramirez. Here's there at 2/150. Campbell. And the rookie auto for Hayden Sanger. Sanger on the auto. Bader. Sanchez. Smith. Ramirez, Tavares, Simpson. There's a Drake Baldwin on the image variation. And there to the Baldwin spot. Cruz, 137 of 200. Kirby Yates. Yates to 200. Boyd. Elko, Sanchez. Bench. Dobbins. Fat. Williamson. Billets. Green. Tidwell. Keishel. Taylor Ward. Thomas Spady. Agnos. May. Billy Williams. Box at number 11. Ultimate here in the break. The interesting part of the NL West is the middle ground teams. You know, the Dodgers are probably gonna win 95 plus games. They're not really gonna. They're gonna be on a bit of cruise control because they can. The Rockies are rebuilding. They got another holiday in the system. But then it's that clump, the cluster. Padres, who I don't know, they brought in Miguel Andujar and lost Dylan Cease. Brought back Michael King. Giants, who were gonna go all in for C.J. Abrams. They bring in Arias. They sign Harrison Bader. And then the Diamondbacks bring in Nolan Arenado, who, in theory, should be better. It's also a team that gave up Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor last year. They're all in that same territory. You don't really know who and what to trust. Miller, Pat Farias, Oswaldo Cabrera, Munson, Iglesias, Paris, Vanway, Sheets, Madrath, and that Drake Baldwin. Variation earlier that we got the 18 of 76 for Baldwin. Arrow, Michael McGreevy, Clubhouse Collection Relic. Greavy, that nice Cardinal light blue there. DeYoung, Westeros, Otani, Carter, Minter, Sheets, 112 of 200, Robert Arias. Arias to 200. Fisher, Huff, Hicks, Steros, Edmund, France, Rivas Rocker, Rias, Krim, Seaver, Clemens, Eknos, Murillo, Sugano, Jansen, Orton. And that'll bring us here to the last box here in our break. Last box Magic. Last box Magic here. Durbin, Matic, Santander, Wiles, McDaniels, Edmund, Mize, Holmes, Young, Kimball. Ooh, I got the red here in the last box. It is Nathan Wiles, 5 of 5. Going to the wild spot. Wilson. Rob House Collection Relic for Jackson Holiday. Holiday Relic. Schultz. Keishel. Pete Rose. Aaron. Myers. $100 of 200. Blaine Krim. Krim to 200. Evans, Singer, Wolfram, Oliva, Scherzer, Wow, Freeman, Mike Schmidt, Juan Mario, Mangum, Evans, Vogt, Claro, Quantrill, Thomas, Shane Smith, Chad Patrick, Yamamoto. Will conclude our break. Alright everyone, let's get into the recap here. Starting off with the 8 numbered hits. Got two of those not hitting this one. 45 of 76 Will Wilson, 38 of 76 Christian Campbell, 8 of 50 Evan Sis, got the nickname variation Sander Bogarts, Bogey. Yes it is, Gabe. Casey Mize to 50, 32 of 150, Lodi Tavares, 54 of 76, Alejandro Osuna. Image variation, Logan Evans, 35 of 200, Dalton Rushing, 106 of 150, Sam Huff. Image variation, Carson Kelly, 139 of 200, Kyle Quantrill, 25 of 50, Kyle Stowers, Robert Hassel, 50, 8 of 150, Zach Veen, 50, Michael Bush. Image variation, Kenley Jansen, 1 of 51 of 200, Yasung Kim, 28 of 76, Jonathan Arenda, 57 of 150, Kenley Jansen, 87 of 200, Robert Hassel III, 96 of 99, Scott Efros. Image variation, Shane Bieber, 106 of 200, Adam Frazier, 72 of 99, Gunnar Hoglund. Jacob Wilson redemption auto back there, probably the best hit of the break. 83 of 200, Carlos Narvaez. 28 of 150, Agustin Ramirez. Image variation, Drake Baldwin. 137 of 200, Kirby Yates. 18 of 76, Drake Baldwin. 112 of 200, Robert Arias. 5 of 5, Nathan Wiles. 100 of 200, Blaine Krim. And on at the relics, 33.99, Kyle Tucker, Luis Arias, Zach Neto, Mackenzie Gore, Michael McGreevy, and Jackson Holiday. And on the autos, Aaron Schunk, red ink, Jonah Heim, 25 of 76, 18 of 76. Bicentennial relic auto, Robin Yount, Jake Mangum, and Hayden Senger. Then on the back wall, we've got the redemption there, real one auto for Jacob Wilson. That's there to the Athletics rookie. Going to the Wilson spot. And with that, everyone, it'll wrap us up here for the 2025 Topps Heritage High Number Hobby. This is case break number 12 here on February the 5th. Thank you, everyone who joined it on this one. If you're going to check out our next break in here, coming up in just about 10 minutes time, 2025-26 Topps UEFA Club Comp Soccer, case break number 10. And that coming up at noon Eastern. All right, everyone, if you're going to join in on those later breaks, we will see you then. If not, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.